Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why I prefer to invest in stocks instead of real estate based on my personal experiences. Let's jump in. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the reasons why I don't like to invest in real estate in this video primarily, but I want to start by saying this is 100% based off of my experiences. I've done both, invested in stocks and real estate. I've had good experiences with both of them. I've had bad experiences with both of them. In the long run, I have decided for myself, my personal preference, that I prefer to invest in stocks and the stock market versus real estate based on a number of factors, and I kind of consolidated them and put them into this video. So let's jump into it. Number one, bad renters. I have had a few bad renters in my time, and it is very frustrating. You don't know if they are going to pay rent this month. You don't know if you're going to pay your expenses on that rental property or be able to cover costs. You don't know if you're going to make a profit. You hope that you're even going to make a profit. They may be damaging the property inside. They may not be meeting the agreements in the contract, right? You may have some clauses that you said maybe no pets or something like that, and you find out that they've got pets, or any number of factors. Bad renters are just as common as good renters. I feel like when you're dealing with rental properties, and I've had a few good renters, I've had a few bad renters, and it's really frustrating because when you rent your property out to someone, you really don't know. I mean, you can look at their credit history and things like that, but you really don't know for sure if you are going to get a good renter or a bad renter, because anything can happen in the middle of that contract as well, right? I mean, they could have been a good renter coming into that contract, but things happen. I mean, people lose jobs. There are major lifestyle changes. Anything can happen. So probably first and foremost, the most frustrating thing about investing in real estate and rental properties is getting a bad renter. I mean, eventually it just cuts into your bottom line, right? I mean, if you're not getting paid that month, or if they are damaging your property, that is cutting into your bottom line. And right, the bottom line here with investing is you're trying to make money, and if you're not getting paid or you are incurring additional expenses, then you're getting paid less. I mean, that's a very frustrating thing, right? Number two, turnover with renters can be frustrating. You don't always have the next renter lined up when your current renter's contract is ending, and sometimes renters end their contract soon too. Basically, it's just an extra headache to have to deal with keeping your properties filled with renters at all times. You may get lucky and get a good renter that is in your property for a few years, but eventually that renter is going to move out, and you're going to have to find another renter, and you're going to hope that renter is just as good as the last one. More often than not, you get people that rent your property for a year or even less sometimes, or they break their contract early, and then you have to find another renter. So this constant cycle of finding renters and hoping that they are good renters is so frustrating, because first of all, you hope that they're a good renter, right? And second, you don't want your property to be vacant for very long, because the longer it's vacant, the longer you're not getting paid, and the longer you have to pay expenses out of pocket because you're not getting any revenue at all from that property to at least help offset those costs. So it can be very frustrating to have to deal with this renter turnover all the time, especially if you have vacant properties just sitting there not making any money for some time. Number three, maintenance issues. Even if you have good renters in there, they're not damaging the property. Over time, I mean, buildings just kind of start to fall apart, right? I mean, these structures are not meant to last forever. Appliances are not meant to last forever. You have electrical issues or plumbing issues or appliance issues or structural issues or even just land issues. I mean, there is anything on that property there could be an issue with, right? I mean, irrigation. I mean, there are so many different things that could go wrong with a property that you, as the landlord, as the property owner, you are ultimately responsible for. So you have to deal with all of these maintenance issues, and they cost money, they cost time, they cost your effort. It's just an extra headache that you have to deal with that you don't have to worry about when you're investing in stocks. So maintenance issues can add up, and you don't even know where they're going to come from. You may have no experience at all with the particular maintenance issue that comes up, and you have to figure it out. You have to call in an expert, and they cost a lot more money. If you can fix some of these issues yourself, great, but it's taking your time and effort to do that. And then if you have to call someone else in because you don't know how to fix the issue, it's going to cost you a lot of money, and that's going to cut into your bottom line. Okay, so number 4, bad property managers. So if you're not managing your properties yourself, maybe you don't live in the area, or you just don't want to put the time into managing those properties, you have to pay someone else to manage that property for you. I've had various issues with property managers in the past. I've had communication issues. I've had issues where we entered a contract and agreed that the property manager would do certain things like check in on the property quarterly, do inspections, things like that. And those agreements were not being met, and it later turned out to be an even bigger issue because there were things going on inside of the property that could have been identified earlier that wouldn't have cost as much money to fix if they had been identified earlier. So there are good property managers and bad property managers, and it can come in a lot of different ways, and you just hope that you get a good one, right? Because they all sound great in the beginning when they're trying to earn your business, right? They're going to sell you on, oh, we're going to do all these great things for you, but you really don't know until you've had a property manager for some time and you've had time to figure out if this relationship is going to work or not. So at that time, you got to cut ties with that property manager, or you just stick it out. I mean, you have to make a decision. And if you cut ties with that property manager, you run into additional issues now with your finding a new property manager, and then a whole new set of potential renters, their clientele, and things like that. It's another issue that is a headache and a time sink that I don't have to worry about if I'm invested in stocks. Number 5, when it comes tax time, it is just a lot easier to pay taxes on a stock portfolio than it is on a portfolio of rental properties. Because, the IRS, they see rental income, say you made, $50,000 in rental income, but you spent $45,000 on mortgage and expenses and all that. Well, the IRS just sees $50,000 in income, and they are going to tax all of it unless you deduct all of your expenses from that. So you have to itemize all of these deductions, all of your your mortgage, interest, your insurance, your taxes, your maintenance, your depreciation, your property manager fees. All that stuff has to be itemized for every single property that you own. So tax time as a real estate investor is not nearly as easy as it is when you're investing in stocks. I mean, if you put all your money into an S&P 500 ETF, you pay capital gains on that. It is super, especially if you're just going to buy and hold. I mean, that's easy. That's one stock ticker that you pay capital gains on once a year. Boom, easy, done. It is so much easier to pay taxes on a stock portfolio, in my opinion. I mean, some people may disagree, but I have experience in both. And my experience is it's just way easier. So all 5 of these points come down to one big thing. It's just easier to invest in stocks than it is in real estate. It's less time, it's less effort, it's less headache. It's just easy, and the return on your investment can vary. Some people do better with real estate, some people do better with stocks. I mean, if you just look at the averages, you can just do a quick Google. You can see it's like pretty comparable. Actually, you're gonna look at it's gonna be like between 10 and 20% per year ROI, either way you go, if you are good at what you do in either one of those. The thing is, to be good at investing in stocks, you just have to buy and hold. And it's the easiest thing to do ever. You just put money in to an index fund that tracks the S&P 500 or a major index, NASDAQ, maybe QQQ, like the NASDAQ 100, top 100 tech stocks. But it's just super easy. And that is the best way to make money in the stock market. Whereas the best way to make money in real estate is to do a lot more homework, a lot more time, and it's going to take a lot more time and effort to get good at investing in real estate and to stay good at investing in real estate. So that's what it boils down to. It's time and effort. It's just way easier. Stocks is basically just passive income. Rental properties, yes, they're passive income too in a sense, but especially if you don't have a property manager, it is going to take a significant amount of time and effort out of your life to manage those properties. So that's all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got some value out of it, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, join the community, the family, the Money Dad family. I'll see you down in the comments and in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.